Hey guys, so today what I've decided to do is I've got one of these old Megadrive systems, and I've spent some time with this, and I've already modded it with the switches on the side of the 50-60 Hz and the Japan English one, and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do today, and it should be interesting. I do also need to sort out the light. I've changed the LED on this, and as you'll see it's ridiculously bright, so I've got to put a little bit of a amp on resistor on that one to get that better. Anyway, so I switch it on, and it's at the moment it's just using the really simple yellow AV cable composite, and of course when you use composite with these switch things, an interesting thing happens. So at the moment I've got it set for 50 Hz. Let me just I've got a 6-in-1 cartridge here, just got some good games on it though. We start the usual test, which everybody knows and loves, which is Streets of Rage. And of course, obviously, at the moment it's set for PAL 50 Hz. So as far as it's concerned, it's a European system. And obviously, I've got the language switch, but the one I want to test is the 60 Hz switch. Now, with a composite input, without the RGB, when you switch it on to 60 Hz, here we go. It's trying to find an NTSC signal, and if you notice here, it's got this dreadful banding colours. But it is a lot faster, so compared to the 50 Hz, which is this standard PAL, and it's obviously found PAL there. Now the reason why it does this is because the 50-60 Hz isn't quite correct, because the Sega, to keep the costs down, obviously they put the switches in and just bridged things, and also had the main chip oscillator was set so that it's divided by 1512. Anyway, it's very complicated. And what I'm going to do is because this is the Megadrive 1, there's a guide on Monkey's website which will enable a PAL 60 signal to be sent out. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is the chip we're interested in, the Sony CXA1145P chip, and what we're going to do is I'm going to use my fancy new desoldering gun and just desolder this chip and solder on a separate timing crystal so that it only takes the timing for the colour encoding directly from this crystal rather than from the system, and that should eliminate the 50-60 Hz problem, and we should get a really nice clean PAL signal. Okay, so that's the chip all set up, and the crystal is now in. There's a resistor, a capacitor, and then here is a variable capacitor just for fine tuning when we put this back into this. All I need to do now is just literally drop this back into the motherboard and ground pin 1 to pin 7 on the other side, and that's that. Okay, so the chip's back in place, been soldered in, and I've wired underneath 1 to 7 to make it permanently ground, and now we should have PAL 60 and 50 Hz coming from this crystal here. While I was in there, I took out the RF block as well, so I thought I might as well give it a go. Now let's switch it on and just test. I think it's on, and the TV says PAL 60. It's got nice colour, 60 Hz. I can just choose the usual game. Where are we? So let's see where we are now. Yeah, we're in Japanese mode, that's fine. So we switch that to English. It's in English in a second with the next paragraph. There we go, and then nice and slow, and PAL 50 Hz, and 60 Hertz. Now there's a little bit of fine tuning to be done, which should be in this little pot right here. So just got to adjust it like that. But it's best not to do it on this LCD TV because this TV is going to it's pretty good at guessing what it's trying to do. It's actually quite a good TV for doing things. So I'm going to take this to one of my other TVs, probably a CRT, and just make sure that the colours are nice and bright on that. So now we have a PAL 60 signal coming just from the composite output. So this is truly universal. It's because we flick the switches, it's a little bit yeah, buggered. Right, so there we have it, one finished Megadrive with region switches. Switch that on, and that blue light is a lot less now. Put a 10k resistor in there through there just to be sure, and there we go. Let's just select the usual. So, and we have this now on 60 Hertz. So if we flick the switch, there you go, and now it says, it should say it's PAL and Japanese, which doesn't exist in the world. So let's switch that over to English. So that's a PAL English machine now, European machine. Nice and slow, lovely, and then now an American machine, so we should say PAL 60 up there. There we go. And then we'll make it Japanese again, so now it's a Japanese machine. So there we go. I'll probably show the picture and be very, very garbled because we've been flicking with the switches.